Good morning or afternoon, whatever time it is where you happen to be today. We're so glad you've joined us. We hope you'll be able to join us live, and if not, watch the replay. Our guest today on the Journey of Awakening is my dear friend Kim Johnson. She's been someone I've known for many, many years, and I have some questions to ask her myself because there are a lot of things about Kim Johnson that I just don't know. So let's see what we can find out. Now, I will tell you, she is a master pendulum dowser or a diviner, and she's going to teach us a little bit about that today, I think. Is that not true?
Um, s- I'm sure it'll up.
And we'll give you some information if you want to contact her. Alina will have a little banner for you to get her email and so forth. So I remember that I met you a really long time ago now. It seems like a long time ago to me when our mutual friend was living out in the country,
Mhm.
not too far from here. And she was having some kind of potluck or something. Potlucks
Mhm.
seemed to be kind of popular at that
Yeah.
time. I don't know that they're so popular since COVID, but then it was just kind of a thing to do, right? And I remember that's the first time I met you. And at that time, your spouse, and you probably had your son with you too. But I don't recall ever asking you how, and I would see you other places. It's not like I
Mhm.
didn't, I would see you different places. So I remember ever asking you how in the world you got on this particular metaphysical path. I never asked you that question. So can you give us some history? Because I'd like to know.
Sure.
Alina probably wants to know too. We're just sitting here on pins
That
and
was gonna
needles
be
trying to.
that was gonna be my question.
There you go.
It's I'd say the whole journey started in the late '90s, and up at Swananoa there was a gathering point up there, and that's kind of where I met my spiritual family. And I started coming up every weekend, and just uh, I don't know. I figured out later that that's where I came to get my batteries recharged. And I'd go back to Virginia Beach, and they'd slowly dwindle throughout the week. And I found that I was coming up every weekend, every 3.5 hours away,
Oh,
uh,
goodness.
and to come
Wow.
up, meet up with whoever gathered at the palace that weekend. And it was just it changed my whole life, changed completely. And that was um, a solar what's it? What's the every 30 years solar return? No, that's a year. Anyway, it's can't think of it. But that's when my life completely changed. And as we all gathered, everybody had their skills and talents and things. And I remember finding a pendulum one time and just picked it up, and it would barely move. I couldn't get it really to do anything. And friends we were all playing with them and trying different things, and it just wouldn't move much at all, if any. And I realized then I was really intrigued by it, and I knew that I wanted to work with that. So I bought my own pendulum, and now I probably got 20 of them, plus anything else you can pick up and spin. You can use that as well, that has the slightest bit of weight on it. But as I started using it, it was just something that came natural to me. And it started spinning to where it looked like a helicopter blade. It was just such
Yeah.
a wide spin. And I thought, wow, the energy is really connected now more so than ever. And as I worked with it, I would go into meditation, and I'd come out and ask questions and things. And all of a sudden, one day, it just started spinning backwards. And I thought, what is this? Because I'd never had it spin backwards before for my backwards, which was a counterclockwise spin. And I didn't know what that was. And I was very intrigued. So I started asking questions. And I don't really hear anything from my guides, but I was being shown. And my intuition started kicking in. It's like, this is a clearing. So I realized I could clear energy as well as bring in energy. And so it became the first thing I ever checked in on when I was working with myself or anybody was to see if there was anything that needed to be cleared to get the blocks out of the way for what their intention was to get to what they really wanted. And so that was, I don't know, probably 30, over 30 years ago. So it's been a long journey.
So
I'm
if
probably
I have a question, if you're using it and it does the counterclockwise for you, that symbolizes that there's an energy that needs to be cleared.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a block or something that energies, entities, it can be all kinds of things. And I've gotten to the point where it doesn't really matter to me what it is, and I don't need to know. So I don't get stuck on that. I just go into it as I ask a question, it'll automatically start clearing for me. So that's just it's a given. And once I do that, I always check in to see if it's in my highest and best to work with, adding anything or helping to shift energy. And it's all intention based. So it's a um, I don't know. It's just a natural thing it flows you right into what building and what you really do want in anybody's circumstance.
I like that. I really like that a lot. I never thought about it spinning backwards like that. I
Mhm.
don't think that's ever happened to me.
It was a shocker. I knew that I was. It was like an up leveling for me, and I felt it when that happened because then it would start vibrating and jumping and things like that. And I thought, okay, it's communicating with me in other ways, which got to be really fun.
Does it do you feel like you're communicating with other beings, or it's just an energetic force, or what does it feel like to you?
It feels like it's if if we're all one, which I believe we are, and the energy is all around us and it's things something that we can tap into any types of energy. I feel like it's all kind of all tied together. I don't differentiate between me and somebody else, and I feel like anything I'm doing for someone else is benefiting me and vice versa. So anything I do affects the collective. So I just feel like it's all part of one big setup, divine setup when we start working with that energy.
Has it been accurate, as accurate as, say, going to another type of person, a psychic, medium? Is it as accurate as that, or more accurate?
Well, what I've found is, this comes from the people that come to ask me to douse for them, and I found that it's gotten more and more effective over the years, and also my intuition, guidance, all of that has gotten more and more effective for me, and I go right to whatever it is that they're wanting to work with. So, and I've had so much feedback that it's really been felt and noticed. So, over the years, yes. And for me, I've also noticed, I was just talking about this yesterday, when I'm dowsing for myself, if it's something that I really, really want or something, I don't know, that I don't, there's a time and a place that I don't trust my own dowsing for me. So I always talk to someone else and get their, because they're clear, they're not attached to the outcome. And now, even more so lately, I'm able to step aside and become neutral. And you have to really start from a neutral place for anybody that's dowsing. If they're really stressed and they're asking questions, they're going to get stressed answers. It's just, it's not the best time to dive in and start asking for questions. You can ask for help from your guides, your angels, but it's just not the best time to really feel like you're getting the most accurate answers. And that's been a challenge for me over the years for myself. I don't have any problem working with somebody else, but for me, I'm learning now more and more to get into a very neutral place. And
I think you have to do that with
you
everything,
do.
any of this type of work, whether it's a meditation or anything. You can't come with a judgment. You
No,
have to come with no judgment, and you have to, I call it, check your baggage at the door and to
yep,
go from there. You can't do any of this kind of work if you already have an opinion. You
totally
just gotta not do that. But it's hard
agree.
to it's hard as a human being not to have an opinion about something or
Yeah,
everything,
I agree
right?
with that. Yeah, totally. It's fun to play with that more now because my awareness is there now, heightened, to really get as neutral as you can. Step aside, ego out of the way, all of that.
What's a common mistake for first time users?
Not being clear. Uh, they ask too general of a question. And I had just a thought. I'm trying to think of which. I'm trying to. It was a question. Oh, something that's poorly worded, rather versus something that's very well worded that will get you more closer to what you're really looking for. Is you ask, is this good for me? And you could hold your pendulum and say, is this good for me? And you're going to probably get a yes most of the time, just because you want that piece, that whatever it is, to be good for you. Or is better question is it beneficial for my physical and emotional well-being? Something like that. As far as, taking a supplement, or is this for the highest and best in my body at this time? And it may not be right. You may get a no because it's not for right now. It's, you may need to take it at night rather
Yep.
than a supplement in the morning. So you've got to get as detailed as you can without forgetting what you're actually asking by the time you word your question. Because it's, you can get caught up in the words, but you really have to get clear on what your intention is and what you really, really want to know from this. But generally, I always put in there, is this for my highest and best? But this more specific the question is, the better.
I see you picked up your pendulum. I
Yeah.
think you have more than one, don't you?
Oh,
Don't
I
you have
do.
more than one?
I
So
probably.
I want you to tell people, say for example, you have a beginner, like
Uh-huh.
you were a teacher in our class this past summer, and
Mm-hmm.
they really liked you and enjoyed all of that. So
Fun.
you're very good at explaining what's the best way to choose your very first pendulum. Is it better to have a crystal on the end of it, or better to have like a metal something, or what do you think? How should people go about finding the right one?
I have found that it really doesn't matter what you're using. Um, I feel I personally get more connected when there's a crystal or something attached at the bottom. This one is selenite, and this one cleans itself. It clears and cleans itself. It never needs to be. I don't have to worry about working with one person and then working with another and it holding the energy from the first person. So this is my all-time favorite at this point. But you can use a nut on a string, a bolt or
Yeah.
anything. I use my necklace a lot. I'll just pick it up and do a quick douse. Um, Literally anything that has some weight to it that will swing. But I find that you make a stronger connection when there's something that you have some energetic connection to. And what I work in a crystal store up in where I live, and it's funny because we sell a lot of pendulums there, and that I always get the pendulum questions from people. They always seem to find me. It's so funny. And I will get them to, I said, which one on the board lights up for you? Which pendulum are you most attracted to? That's where you start. And they'll pick one up and I'll say, okay, now you want to figure out what your yes.
No.
Oh, we lost her.
Oh,
We
there she
lost
is.
you for a second. Are you still there? Uh-oh, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Go out and come back in. We can't hear you. Oh, she doesn't know we can't hear her. Oops.
Okay. We can't
See
hear
if
you.
see if she's
We can't
muted
hear you.
herself.
She knows.
We have one person that keeps coming and going that's viewing us right now. So
No.
if that one person wants to ask a question, we'd be delighted to take it from you. Nope, still not.
Technical
That was
difficulties.
that was unexpected. Well, I had a person. What was it? 2 days ago. It was just. It took an hour to get all the technical stuff worked out. It was the weirdest thing ever.
No. Oh no.
See if her mute is on. Can we
I
ask her to
did.
check her mute? Yeah. Let's. I think she's muted somehow.
That's so crazy. Why did this happen?
I have no idea. Can you hear me still?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that odd?
Sorry, everyone.
This doesn't generally help us, and it
She's
happened to
not
us. And
muted.
tell her to press the microphone button and make sure you're connected to your phone. It has a little arrow on the microphone button.
Hold on. Try something. I think she needs to leave and come back.
I think she does too, maybe. We had this problem with Walks with Thunder.
Hmm.
Do you remember? We had
They
it
just
the
love
second
to
time.
mess with us.
they must.
They do. They move.
Well, at least they get to see our pretty background while we wait of the nebula in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
There she's back now.
Oh, there she is. This one,
Did you
right?
add her back in? Do we have you back?
I'm here. Can you?
Yay!
I apologize. I had a call
That's
come
okay.
through that I didn't silence. I mean, I couldn't
Oh.
stop it. So
Oh, yeah.
so
Put on your do not disturb so that doesn't happen. I'm going to do that right now. There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, that can happen if you get a call. You can get booted off in a hurry. That's for sure.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, back to working with a pendulum, because we want to find out when someone's picking a pendulum that it will actually move for them, because some will just lay straight and just not do anything, zero activity. So I ask them to say, show me yes, and then see what direction. And it could be very, very faint movement, but you'll still see that it's either going to, go left or right, forward and backward, or in a circle. And then I'll tell them to stop. Just think the word stop and then say, show me no. And it will hopefully start spinning in a different direction. Then I know that they're getting some activity from it. And then I ask them, it's like, okay, say your name is George Washington. And they'll say that, and they'll either get a yes or no. Generally, it's a no. And they'll see that their no is confirmed. So
Hopefully it's no, right?
right, exactly. Exactly. Yes. So once they get some movement in it, then it's really they're ready to go. But and then state your true name, and you should get what your yes is. So once you've had confirmation on that, it usually is, it'll show you what those are for you. So that seems to work out well for people, and it's generally the first one that they're attracted to that they end up working with. So I've seen that many times. So it's always fun to help somebody pick a pendulum.
Nice.
Did you want to ask her some questions, Alina?
What has been your most profound validation?
Ugh.
Do you have a
That
favorite?
was a tough question. She picked a hard question.
Yeah, thank you. I wish you'd asked me that earlier.
I just thought of it.
I've had so many with people.
I'll pick a good one.
Jeez. I had someone that was dealing with a difficult breakup, and there was a lot of very challenging energy between them, and he just wanted that to stop. And I said, "Are you ready for it to stop?" And he absolutely, that was a yes for him. And he needed to get it back to where they could both get back and really look at their own stuff instead of projecting onto each other. So we did some I call it spinning, and cleared a lot of the energy that was connecting them in a very emotional ties and things. Once I did the clearing between them, and this is all, if you're doing everything for the highest and best, I personally and many others don't believe that you have to ask permission, because you're not encroaching on anybody's free will, or they can continue to stay in a behavior that they are addicted to if they choose to. But when you're working with their highest and best and their higher selves, then I don't feel like anything's off the table. I'm not imposing how they act. I'm just asking that they respond with things from their highest self and for their highest and best and everybody concerned. So that's how I get away. I always check in with them and call in their higher self if they're willing to work with me, and my guides. So it works out, because I think everybody here we're always looking to, raise our vibration. So, and soon after we did all the clearing and everything, the calls stopped, the nasty texts that he was getting completely stopped.
Wow.
Within a day or two, they were actually communicating in a adult way. It was just really, it was very sweet, because he was in such a state of it wasn't terror, but it was something like that, because it was very abusive, and all of that just balanced out, and it became something that they really were able to work things through and parted, but on a good note, rather than trying to terrorize each other
Or bitterness,
and dump all their stuff on each other. It's just we've got to own our own. So anyway, there's been so many. So many. Nothing's coming to mind right now. When it does, I'll have to share it.
Yeah, of course.
You were talking before we started about the three different things that your mentor would talk about. You want to talk about your mentor a little bit?
Yeah, Raymon Grace is he's my hero. He just he upped my ability to work with energy. Uh, I don't know, 1,000-fold. He gets results, and I was finally I say it fell into my lap, but it didn't. I was consciously wanting to work with him, and he was winding up, moving towards retirement. And I kept hearing there were no more classes, no more classes. And I was dowsing at one point, and I just said, "Is there any way that I can work with Raymond?" And literally within probably a day, it was he was offering one class during the summer, and literally was in my backyard almost. It was 20 minutes away from me. And he's normally
Unbelievable.
5 hours away from me. And I contacted him and I said, "I'm not sure if I can get off work, but I really want to be there. And I'm going to send you my deposit." And so, anyway, I was there. And it was just so eye opening that there's so many things we can do with a pendulum that uh, because it's kind of us getting out of our own way when we work with the pendulum rather than just our thoughts or things like that, because you get confirmations with pendulums and you can really feel the energy shifts, or I do. And it's just a very profound experience. And he's on YouTube everywhere, and he's got so many free videos and things that are available, and I highly recommend you check into his work, because he focuses on water first around the world, because water is something that all of us need, and the healthier the water, the healthier we are. And it's just, he goes into so many realms. He also, one of the first things he does in a city is he goes into all the public buildings, because that's where there's the darkest energy, into courtrooms and um, social services, places like that. There's so much, I don't want to say darker energy, but I guess it probably is. There's a lot of negativity and fear and all sorts of things that people bring into those buildings. And he clears those. Schools, public schools, any schools actually. But he asks if there's any demonic forces in a school, and he generally gets that there is. So once he moves that on, everything shifts for the classes and the teachers, and it's a trickle effect. So he opened my eyes to larger causes and things like that. And you certainly can't go out and clear every building and every school, and so you take it as it comes to you. And then I'll work with them when they come up for a particular area or a person that I'm working with. I'll check their work environment and things like that. So very profound. But he he gives there's three principles that he bases all of his work on, and it so makes sense to me. And he quotes and he gives credit to Einstein. He said the first principle is energy is impressed upon matter. All energy is impressed by matter around us. And the second one is everything is energy, and our minds have the ability to change that energy. So I've proven that to myself and others so many times that that's a fact for me. And then the third one is energy follows thought. So if you are thinking about an illness or worried about something, that's where the energy goes. So you're worried about an illness, you create an illness. You're worried about, being late for work, you generally will, stress yourself to the point where you probably will be late for work. And his big thing is only put into what you want to create in very beneficial terms. You don't want to build in any worry, stress, disharmony, any, if you're focusing, I don't know, you want to see your ultimate outcome is where you want to put your focus, not working through all the negativity and the things that have brought us to this point where we're asking for help. So it's important to really, like your illness, if you're worried about, you've been diagnosed with something, you don't go into that diagnosis. You go into you have a healthy, sound body. Those are, you focus on that. You completely let go of what you've been told is your diagnosis, because it's not really, and it doesn't have to be the outcome. So that's where he really impresses upon people to think what you want, not what you don't want. It's the best rule
I've,
for success.
I've heard him speak about splitting storms.
Yes.
About putting an axe, an imaginary axe,
Yep.
in the yard of your house and have this storm go around your house. I
Mm-hmm.
do that here with my trees because my trees don't care for storms. They're pretty old and creaky.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that with the trees, and it seems to work.
It works for you.
It's a
Yes, it has.
yeah, it's a better result than not doing that.
Yes.
But he talks about I've heard him talk about being in a car, and it's he's driving through rain and he splits the rain so it's not raining on his car. I've heard him talk about things like that. His name is spelled Ramon. There's no D on the end of Raymond, and it's
It's
Grace, just like Grace. So if you want to look him up, you can do that.
it's Raymon.
I'm sorry, that's right, Raymon. What did I put? What did I say? I said
Right.
something different, didn't I?
And I think it's RaymondGrace.com. You can find him. But on YouTube, he's there. And there's a Facebook group. He does not run it. There are moderators, but you can ask questions for a lot of the students that are involved with him, and they've worked with his area or expertise for so many years. And they're all available for questions and things. I check into that all the time. I'm always listening, and because they'll put in success stories and they'll ask questions of how to affect this change, that kind of thing. So the people are really pleasant on there and happy to help with things that work for them.
Can you tell us like how you were doing this dowsing before you met him and how his technique is a bit different and maybe how it changed the way that you do what you do now?
It changed everything for me when I worked with him, because it helped me direct my focus on the potential outcome that I was looking for. And he also helped me realize that, when you're working with water, the water affects the cells in our body. It's everything. Water has a memory. So you can clear water, you can energize water with joy, happiness, love, financial abundance. You can imprint water with things like that. So he just raised my awareness to things outside of my small questions that I may have had before that I was dowsing, and I didn't feel particularly compelled to work with people because I didn't have as many tools as I do now. And I have to say, there's another tool that I use. Raymon Grace is one, and the other person that I work with and have taken many classes from is Amy Jo Ellis, and she works with the Court of Atonement. And I wrote down, the Court of Atonement is where your higher self goes into a high court energetically, and you call in whoever it is that you have some imbalance with, and you all work it out without the emotion and the ego and all of that. And it is fantastic. So between working with the Court of Atonement and Raymond Grace's work, it has expanded my abilities. And I've just had, I don't know, it's been off the charts, really fun and amazing results working with those two, and whatever I do dowsing wise as well. But it's given me the tools now. I feel that I can go out and really help people.
I want you to know your friend is here. He must have realized that you were in the house. So yeah,
Of course he is.
my cat has a crush on Kim. Yeah, you
I,
wouldn't believe the shenanigans that he does just to see Kim.
I love
It's
him.
very
He's
it's
precious.
very he's very funny. She came because we share a birthday by one day. So she came and we went to dinner for our birthdays, and this cat went crazy over her. He wouldn't let her stop petting him for 1 second.
Oh,
Till finally it was like, Leo, she really has to go now. I don't think he was too happy about the prospect, actually.
he's so precious. Yeah, he was happy to see me. I was happy to see
He
him.
was. He was like all over you. He never does
No, he
that.
doesn't
He's
generally
no.
do. So something was switched on that day.
Think he hadn't seen you for a long
No,
time, so he was sort of like, "Yes, she's
yeah,
here."
yeah, he's my
I
buddy.
told you he'd show up, didn't I? I
I knew
told
he
you because
would. Yeah, I thought
he
about it.
just knew. And now he's over here in his chair trying to make a nest. Come on, make a nest. One time we had to take him to the vet. My car was in the shop, so Kim drove all the way over the mountain. It wasn't the vet; that was the groomer, and picked us up and took us to. He was good as gold. He didn't do
Hmm.
anything.
He didn't make a
He
peep.
was perfectly content to be in her car. And I have been with other people in him, and that was just not the case. But with her, he was perfectly calm. Like, yes, I am fine. So that says something about you and your energy, because
All
if he
is well.
likes you, you're all right with me.
Yeah, there's something I've been told that it's a very calming energy that I bring to pretty much any group. So I whatever that is, I'm happy to, because I am that calm 99% of the time.
Yeah,
So
you are. You are. We've seen some horrific circumstances with
yeah,
people that we mutually know, and you are always calm like that. I do that too.
yeah,
I'm good until after. If there's an
right.
emergency, I'm great through the emergency, but after the emergency is over, I am not.
I know about that. Yes, true.
It's pretty funny, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. So I love it that you are, doing this now.
Mhm.
I'm going to say we, because we have wanted you to expand your
I know.
um, horizons for so. We had to practically force you into today's interview.
It's so true.
But we're glad that you came. We're so glad, and Leo's certainly glad that you came. And I
Thank
do
you.
think he knows you're on screen here.
It was,
But
I just kept
you,
hearing you've got to say yes. It's and I know that, but there, life happens in front of you, and I'm in the middle of very big projects right now at home, and life happens, and it's like I can't focus on all of these things at one time. So yeah, I tried to get out of this, but I'm so grateful that I'm here and connecting with you all. It's always fun, and I knew it would be. I just had to get past my own trepidation.
well, it's you know, life does happen, but you just have to choose your battles. I
Yes,
mean, some things will be perfectly fine if they wait, other things not so much. You just have to choose your battles.
yeah, they'll
So
still
you
be.
have, I mean, in this community, you have been in the middle of many, many things here. And
Mhm.
it's just nice to see you finally kind of step out on your own. And you were a very good teacher for our class last
Well, thank
summer.
you. Thank you.
Alina will attest to that, won't you? We had good
Yes.
compliments on you. The people really liked you a lot. So
That's
Yes.
sweet. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
earlier you said
it's
you're
it,
going to start offering sessions.
Yes,
again?
I'm already doing that. I'm just getting set up. I've got a website that's being currently built. I thought it would be done before today, but that didn't quite happen that way, but it's close. And I will be doing, and it can be as little as a, 20-minute session. It's not a long drawn out hour thing or anything that it takes to get. Well, all I need is to find out what somebody's dealing with in as few words as possible, and what their outcome, their desired outcome, because that's ultimately really what I want to hear from them, not all the details of. I don't need all the details of what's going on
No,
in somebody's world.
you
Are
don't.
they in person sessions? You do this in
No,
person or?
I can do them with Zoom, or I can do a phone, or I can do it remote. They don't have to be here. I don't have to be with them. If they're local, I'm happy to meet with people.
Nice. Perfect.
I'm in the Charlottesville area in Virginia.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, it is.
And I love the
Sometimes
store
though,
you work in.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of fun.
and sometimes you're also in Virginia Beach, right? Could not
Yeah,
people sometimes meet you in Virginia Beach if they
sure.
wanted to meet you there?
Yep. Yeah,
And it's a much bigger place there.
my family's there still, and so yeah, I get there usually every month or two. But if something's pressing, I can do it, either by phone or I can do Zoom. I'm not real proficient with the computer stuff, but I'm getting there. I will. Uh,
It gets better. Just be careful what button you push.
yeah, good at that. Elena's inspired me that, she said she's not real tech savvy, but she's
Nope.
managed to do all of this. And I'm
I'm
just
doing it.
very
She's
impressed.
doing it.
I'm very
I'm
She's
impressed.
doing it.
she is doing it. Sometimes we have a glitch, but we seem to manage to get past the glitch,
That's
whatever that might
life.
be.
Yeah, that's life.
Yeah, life is sometimes just a glitch.
Yeah,
So you want to show us a little bit, maybe answer some questions for Alina?
sure.
I'm putting you on the spot there,
That's
my
fine.
girl.
Let's. So I have a new pup in my life, kind of unexpectedly, and he's doing really well.
Mhm.
Let's ask if he's interested in another dog.
Okay. If your puppy's interested in another one,
Yeah.
His name is Blue. He's
Blue.
such
Oh,
a nice dog. Yeah, he's Blue. His name is Blue.
all right. Well, I want to connect with Blue's highest self, that energy to bring in for the highest and best, and also want to bring in Alina's energy, her higher self, goodness to all concerned, and I will be done. Connect with my guides, teachers, angels, and my higher self to get the highest possible truth, goodness to all concerned. Okay, so you want to know if Blue wants a playmate.
Mhm.
I'm getting no right now. That
Ooh.
doesn't mean it won't change, but I'm
I,
getting.
I'm not surprised because Blue was a very in a difficult situation. And
Mm-hmm,
Alina came along and rescued him from that difficult situation. And
mm-hmm.
now he's living a dog's best life. I
Yep.
mean, she cooks food for him and takes him for him. I swear to goodness, she's walking him like 6, 7 miles a day.
Oh
A
my God,
day.
fabulous.
Um, I would kill me, I think, if
Yeah,
I walked that far. I'd be like flat out on the safe pavement probably. But yeah, so I think this dog is so happy to be an only child. Could be that.
yes. That's what I was feeling but I try not to imprint, but I also get
You
feelings
get
all
impressions.
the way, and it felt like he's bonding with you. Speaking of dogs, he's bonding with you right now,
Still,
and
yeah, we're still in that.
you're that safe place. So
That makes sense.
be an overstimulation if there's another dog, because they may feel that they're not your world completely,
Mm,
that kind of. So I said for now is what I'm getting, that's the no.
that makes sense.
We have some viewers, so if any of the viewers want to ask a question, you can just type them in the chat and we'll read them to Kim. Do you want to show us first how you got to be? Oh no, did we lose you again? Uh-oh. Can you still hear us? Oh, we don't
she got
have your
another phone
sound
call.
again. Oh no, not
That's okay.
again. You're
That's
gonna
fine.
probably have to go out and come back in again. You think she knows we can't hear her?
I think so.
Anyway, if you have questions for her, we'll have her back here in a second. It didn't take that long the last time. Maybe let her know she should go out and come back in again.
Yeah.
She needs to put her phone on Do Not Disturb. You know? Oh, she's back now. Says. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
I apologize.
No worries.
I thought I mean I did hit do not disturb, but there, and it's not ringing, but there's still calls coming through, and I'm not sure what I didn't do right. But anyway, I apologize for that.
No
That's
worries.
no problem. So you want to explain to people how
At least
you
now we know
get
how to
from?
fix it.
Yeah, at least
Right.
you do.
Yeah.
That was quicker than the first time.
Right.
So you want to explain to people like
That's a good
how you hold the pendulum. So you pick the pendulum, then you have to figure out how to hold the pendulum, and then you have to figure out how to talk to
No, I
it.
can't hear any of you.
And
Mm-hmm.
how does that? Tell people how to do that.
Angelica,
Okay.
we can't hear you now.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear
Me.
Angelica.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's me.
Now?
No, I can hear you.
You
Me?
can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Me?
Fine.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
I
All
can
right.
hear Angelica.
You can hear
You
her?
can,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
you can't
Then
hear
I'll
me?
just be quiet because I can't hear. That's weird.
We want me to go out and come back in. I can do that.
Oops.
If I can figure out how to get out.
That's weird that you can hear her and I can't.
Yeah, I hear her fine.
They're messing with us. They just
Yeah.
love to mess with us.
How do I go out?
That's what happens
Do you
when
know?
you get
Do you know
three
how to
high
go out?
energies
I
together.
closed my screen completely and then just.
All right. I'll do that.
I don't know.
I can spin for that.
Right? Do it.
This is me when I'm clearing energy. That's what this thing does. And it can go for 5 or 10 minutes sometimes.
That's funny.
Did that help? Did that help?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, we're out of order now. Oh, that's better. Okay. That was
You
weird.
hear her, Lena?
Oops.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Can she
Everyone
not hear
says
me?
they can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Go ahead. Just continue on. It's
Okay.
almost at the end. We'll just, as long as they can hear you.
What I found that makes this easier for me is I put a key ring on the end. I don't know if you can see it. On the end of my chain. And I keep the chain about that long. A lot of them come with longer chains and I shorten them. But I put the key ring because these will have a tendency to fly out of my hand if I don't hold it tightly. So this keeps me from losing my pendulum flying off into the room. So I just start. Does anybody have a question or you want me to just work with this?
Rachel says she can hear all of us, which is interesting to
Yeah,
me.
I can too.
Now I've lost Alina.
Elena's gone.
She says I can't hear anything. Oh no. No, that's no good. Oh no. You're gonna lose both of your hostesses.
You're here and you're fine.
Rachel, do you have a question for Kim? I see she's in here. Uh-oh. I'm touching things. I should never touch anything. Ever. I shouldn't touch anything. When I touch things, bad things happen. All right. So you did you show people how to hold it?
Yeah, I put the key ring on one of my
On your
fingers, and
oh
so that I'm only holding, and you've got maybe 2 inches of chain,
yeah, that's not much.
and it you get quicker responses the shorter the chain. But if you and you can do it this way too. You can do it really short, but I find that this is most comfortable. That because when this thing starts spinning and or clearing like this, it'll spin and it'll hit it can hit my wrist. So,
Huh.
but that's just the most comfortable way to hold it for me is putting a key ring on it.
Now show them what you do to get to the question part.
I just what I first do is connect with whoever I'm working with their higher self and my higher self, and ask that our guides and teachers are willing to work for the highest and best of whatever their situation is. And then I wait for the question, but this will start answering me before you even formulate a lot of the question. It's really funny.
Isn't that interesting?
Mhm.
Huh. So
And while you're talking, once I've asked a question and I get an answer, I let it spin like this. We lost Angelica now.
no, you didn't. You still
Okay.
got me.
Oh,
I'm
it went
trying to
dark.
get our friend to return to us.
Oh, good.
Because she's the technical. There she is. She's the technical person. Oh, can you hear us now?
I can't hear anyone.
Weird.
She can't hear anybody. Do you have two things on? Oh, she can't hear me.
Hear you.
Let's see. Rachel's asking a question. How do you pick one out of many when buying one? That's
See
what
which
her
one
question is.
lights up to you first. Look at all your choices and see which one your eyes go back to.
Good.
There's going to be
She's the technical. There she is. She's the technical person.
there's a lag now.
Can you hear us now?
I can't hear anyone.
I hear that. That is so
She
weird.
can't hear anybody.
Do you have
That's
two
so
things
weird.
on? Oh, she can't hear me.
Hear you.
She still can't hear us, but I think we can hear her.
Yeah.
How do you?
So I can answer the question. If
Yeah, go ahead and answer the question.
just look at all the choices, see which one your eyes go back to, and scan them again, and figure out which one your mind goes back to, or your eyes, and then you'll know, and then you pick that one up and see if you get a response. And I always ask it first: Are you willing to work with me? That and you usually will get some movement from it when you do that. And then I ask the yes and no, show me yes, show me no. And my name is George Washington and my name is Kim. And then once you get your yes and no, and if you have any movement in it at all, then it's there to work with you. There are some that will not. They'll just hang straight and not do anything for you because you're not making a connection with it. And a lot of times it's the type of crystal it is.
Rachel, did you have any follow-up question with that? She says, okay, thank you. I think she might have missed the first part of that, Rachel might have. I wonder if that's the same Rachel I just saw like yesterday. It might be a different one. I can't tell from the photo, but that's interesting. We've got a Rachel on here with us. So I guess I'll ask a question. My
Okay.
question is my friend over here, my fuzzy friend over here, happy that you're, in our energetic space at the moment? Let's ask that question.
Connecting with Leo. Angelica. Is Leo happy for me to be in this space with everyone? That's a big yes.
I believe that's true.
And I'm happy to have Leo in the space with us. So yeah, that's a win-win.
Yeah, he just loves you so much. It's very funny. Now, well, I see her back. Are you back?
I can hear you now. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
What'd
there's
you
two of me on
do?
here. I don't know. There's two of me here right now, so I'm
Well,
not
we
going to touch
won't worry
anything.
about we won't worry about the other one of you because we're good. So,
I'm
do
Yeah.
not
you want to
touching
ask
anything.
him the rest of your questions that you have? Because I
I
know
think
you have more than that.
no, I think she got most of them.
I don't think so.
Did I? Yeah, because
Don't
she
you?
answered some of them from
Do,
just talking.
do you have a question you want to ask her about anything else?
Let me think. Did I have another question? Yeah, how about is it a good idea for me to move?
Say that again.
Is it a good idea for me to move?
Okay.
I think you need to be more specific. Move out of the
Yeah.
house you're living in, or move out of the state that you're living in. I think you should.
Move out of the state.
From where you are now,
Mm-hmm.
is it in Alina's highest and best to move out of the state? That's a yes.
I keep trying to drag her down here, but
It'd be
she's.
great to have her here.
I know. Think of all the stuff we could get her to do
Yeah.
if we had her down here.
But my concern is my dog needs to walk every day, no matter how cold it is.
We live in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and it never gets as cold here as where you live. So
Yeah,
hey,
it's
and
brutal here.
there's a lot of dogs here, so I think a lot of people have figured out that they can walk their dog in any temperatures.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
it's and the hiking, everything here is fabulous.
Oh,
So
I love the mountain. When I brought my other dog there,
yeah,
3 months before he died, he climbed the mountain.
wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty.
insane.
And he could also see ley lines that he barked at, which is kind of funny.
I got them on video.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Up, she was on the top of the mountain up there, and let's ask him. Let's ask her this question for the two of us. Will we have a retreat center eventually?
I got a yes.
Sooner rather than later? Will it be sooner?
That's a ambiguous question.
Okay. Will it be like within a year, or will it be longer than that?
Longer than a year.
I'm
A
not
year,
surprised.
a year can go really fast though. But yes, it's longer than a year. But I got a
Well,
yes.
look at this year. It's already May.
Thank
What
you.
happened to
It's
January, February,
crazy.
March, and
Right.
April?
Yeah,
I mean, you can't get through a drive-through that fast.
that's
Just
true.
saying.
See, what I was going to tell you is, while I let this just spin or do its thing while we talk, it starts verifying everything that people say. It's so funny when you said you can't go drive through that fast. It's like, yes, it's true. So
That's so
it's
cool.
really funny because when people that know me and I'm spinning while
So
it's just funny because they know what they see their response to what their statements are just from watching my pendulum. It's really kind of comical.
almost like a lie detector, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
That's
That's so funny.
interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's
So
fun.
would either of the other two people that are watching, or any of the other people, I should say, watching, would you like to ask a question while we have Kim with us? There's another person. They keep popping in and out. I don't know. It's kind of funny.
I don't think YouTube is very reliable about the actual numbers.
Probably not.
Because I was watching from a different phone to hear it and it wasn't registering. So
But maybe you have the same ISPN number or whatever that's called.
If it's a different number, though, it should.
It was a different account, my Alina account.
Do you want to ask her any more about Blue? Because Blue has had a tough life, I think.
Blue. What can I ask about Blue? Oh, well,
I have,
Blue like to swim. We have a pool opening up.
Got a yes.
I'm purposely not giving him a bath because I don't want to traumatize him. I
Yeah.
don't want him to be afraid of water. Like, I really want him to be a swimmer. It's so good for them.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think he'll be afraid of anything. He is a brave little puppy, considering all things that he's
Yeah.
been through. He's very brave. Blue is, and
All the
funny.
dog owners that have met him are really impressed with his temperament. How much
Nice.
of a good dog he is. Yeah, that's huge.
And he's going to want to be with you. So if you're in the water, he's going to want to be there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is what I'm hearing. So
Perfect.
yeah, I'd say it's probably a win-win there.
Does he need to wear a vest?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No.
Cool.
Does Blue did he had some play dates with some other doggies. Did he really enjoy the play dates with the other doggies?
Yeah.
It looked like he did.
Yes.
Rachel asked a question.
You want to read it to her?
I need to go. Is the bat that lives outside my house okay, or did a kid take it down?
A bat, like
Is it
like
okay?
a live?
Is it okay
like
to
a-
be outside of the house? Is that what she's asking?
Is the bat that lives outside my house okay? Oh, or she means maybe did a kid? I think she hasn't seen the cat for a while. I mean the bat for a while, and maybe she's wondering if someone heard it.
Oh, okay. Is the bat outside Rachel's house? Okay. The cat get a hold of it. I'm getting that it's okay, and the cat did not get a hold of it.
Oh.
And she's saying it was a live bat outside. That's unusual to have a live bat outside your house like that. Interesting.
No, I mean, if it's got a place that it can get up,
Attach
like into an eave or something, they like to be higher up in the trees, but they're so beneficial to have on your property. They'll eat ticks and bugs and mosquitoes and everything. So they're fabulous to have around.
I'm going to say a really bad joke. Are you ready? They don't come with vampires, do they? Isn't that awful? I had to. I just had to say that. It's terrible. Terrible. Sorry about that.
You're funny.
Would it be? Here's another question for you. Would it be beneficial to have a retreat before we actually have the center? Would it be beneficial to do that?
Absolutely.
Would there be a woman that we know who's a master pendulum dowser that might like to come and participate in that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll see if I can find her. No, yes, that would be a lot. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, here she says she was worried that someone took it since living in Ohio, weather gets warm and cold, and it's been too cold and rainy for it to hunt, she says, about the bat.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think they probably tend to hibernate though more if it's rainy and cold. But did it go
Are they kind of water repellent bats?
I don't know. I don't know. I know that, they come out when the birds go away. So that if you see movement in the evening, it's a bat. It's not a bird, after dusk. So it's pretty cool. But I don't know if I think they probably stay, up, and I just keep doing this because the bat houses are really skinny, and they nest right beside each other, and it's really neat to pay attention to. I want a bat house when I have a place that I've got a proper tree.
Well, I want one too, but only if Bruce Wayne comes with it. Just saying.
I have another question.
Yes.
So It's because of blue. I'm starting to walk around my neighborhood, and a lot of people are putting those warning signs, pesticides, keep your dogs and children off. So I started putting stuff in the mailboxes. Should I continue to do that? Will it make a difference? Like information, like why they shouldn't and things they need to know.
Absolutely. I'm getting a yes, and it will make a difference. It may not be in grand scale, but just one
I don't know.
is, it takes one and then another one and then another one. So absolutely, that's, it's raising awareness is always a good thing.
Are they really not aware?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, they'd rather have a golf course than even think about the runoff or what it could do to everybody in the area. Yeah, they don't have a clue. I lived next to someone that they didn't have one dandelion in their yard, and they were so pleased.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
They
that's
were,
what I'm seeing.
yeah, yeah. It's a mentality. And it is. It's ignorance. They don't know that they're part of the, they're adding to the problem of what that is. But you can also neutralize
Oh, so
the
I could walk with my
chemical.
pendulum and
Absolutely.
that's a good idea. I mean, sometimes I put my hands out and just imagine light coming from it and going onto
Yeah.
the lawn.
Yeah, if you can, the more positive you can keep it without damning somebody or saying you're stupid or you're ignorant or just send them love because they don't know. And you can neutralize the chemicals that could potentially be harming animals or kids.
I know
And
this is awful. I want to throw dandelion seeds when I'm walking.
with all concern. That's
That's
funny.
funny.
That might cause them PTSD or something. Who knows? That's with love.
So, if you would say that of all of the things that you've tried in your metaphysical life, and I'm
Mhm.
sure there have been numerous,
Yes.
as it has been with me as well, what thing would you say has had the most impact on you?
Hmm.
Just and it could be impact like in a little way or impact in a bigger, like on a grander scale. What would you say has had the most impact on you?
Well, I'm going to go back to uh, 97. 97, 98. I trained with Louise Hay and
I did not know that.
became a
Nice.
teacher trainer from Louise Hay that wrote "You Can Heal Your Life" and
Mm-hmm.
was smashing success with that. And that's the book that changed my life back in '94. And so, and I always thought I'd be a teacher. But then I came back from that course, which was amazing, life changing. And I recognized that's her work. That's not my work. But I also realized that everything I took away from that class, that course, became a part of me. So then as I'm sharing what I know with people, what I know to be true, it's incorporated in it. So now Raymond's work is now incorporated in what I do. And Amy Jo Ellis, the Court of Atonement, is all incorporated into what I do. And it's amplified each of those areas that those tools, putting them all together has made one amazing toolbox for me. And I couldn't be happier that I've acquired those tools. And it's been pretty profound for me and others. So that's the thing is whatever we've learned along the way, it all, we absorb it and it becomes part of who we are. But then we add others to it, and it's a puzzle that once the puzzle pieces are there, you've got a beautiful picture. It's been life changing for me.
It looks like Alina has started a movement because Rachel says she wants to, or she has picked up dandelions and blown them all over people's yards.
Great minds think alike.
That's,
That's pretty funny.
I'm with you,
Uh,
but
we're corrupting you, Rachel. That's what we're doing.
but you want to
It's
do
a movement. It starts here.
yeah, you want to do it with love, just not condemnation, because that won't it won't
Yeah.
benefit anybody.
She can go. I love you. I
Right.
love you.
There you go. They're gonna wake
Do
up one
that.
day and realize they really love that beautiful yellow flower.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
It's
it.
so important. It's such an amazing flower.
Changing our perspective is one of the biggest things that gets us through everything. Is if you can look at something differently and recognize that somebody, doesn't know what they're doing, they're ignorant, and ignorance is totally just lack of knowledge. That's all it is. Not good or bad. And the more they know, the more aware they can be. But changing your perspective on things and seeing things from an eagle's view, where when you're on the ground, you're in it. If you're dealing with something difficult, you're in it. If you can raise up and ask your guides, ask your angels to assist you in seeing something from a higher perspective, then you can see all the players and their parts as well. And I think that's really profound, because otherwise you don't even consider what someone else is feeling or going through. And it's a good way to step out of the small self, the ego.
That's what our bigger friend always says. Rise above it.
Yes,
Rise above it.
absolutely.
You
The
can't
only
see the
way,
forest for the trees. You can you?
the only way to get to really see it for what it is. And it's
Oh,
usually, once you can do that, it's never as big as you thought it was. It's never as detrimental, and the perspective shift can change the whole thing and make it get it in bite-sized pieces.
I want to ask you
Why that
a
happened?
sort of personal question that maybe you don't want to answer, and you don't have to if you don't want to. But I know you have a son,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering how much of your metaphysical life has rubbed off on him, or
uh
is he just totally a techie guy and not that?
no, he's got a magical side to him, and he knows how to manifest like crazy. I think some of it is so natural for him that he doesn't really know that how much it's impacted him. But I see how he handles things. He's got such a beautiful outlook on life, and he's doing really well, and he's manifested his a wonderful girlfriend, a beautiful apartment, a first apartment, car of his dreams, and the job of his dreams at this point. And
Can't do better than that.
you can't. And I could not be happier as a mom, because I don't have to, I don't worry about him anyway, but I don't have to think about, what's next for him, because I know he's just going to create it, and it's going to be good, because that's who he is, and he thinks of something, and he's got it.
It happens. Yeah.
And he knows it. That's the funny part is, I said, good manifesting, honey. He's like, I did it pretty quickly, that kind of thing. So he's aware, but he doesn't discuss it really. So, and he's a Leo, so he's a ray of sunshine for a lot of people.
You're just surrounded by Leos, aren't you?
I am. I love Leos.
You have one right over here. That's so funny. So that's good to know. He's a nice young man, and certainly a credit to the way he's been brought up, and he's very polite, very sweet young man. He's a nice young man.
Yeah.
And he's not very old, is he? Is he like 20 or 21 something?
He's 20.
He's 20.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good for 20. I don't think I knew,
Oh,
what my name was at 20.
thank you. I agree. Yeah, no, I could not be happier with the way that he's handled the things that have been tossed at him in life. So he rises above it, and he's doing very well.
So let me ask again, anybody else want to ask any more questions to Kim? Because we're running
There,
down on time now.
there was a question from Rachel. Where'd it go?
I'm not going to touch that. Every time I do, bad things happen. I'm just not going to touch anything.
Okay, Rachel said, "Are you able to tell me when my mediumship will advance? Maybe we say this year or next year, so it's more specific."
That's when you're asking time questions. Okay.
There's no good time.
Yeah.
There's no time.
Yeah, there is no. We're in no time, and let's see.
Why don't we just ask, will it advance? Now, part of that's on you, Rachel, but a lot of it is what work you put into it is what you get out of it, right? It's the same
Definitely.
of everything. But ask if it's possible that she has multiple abilities that she hasn't tapped into yet.
Absolutely. That's a yes.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'd like to know that. And a lot of people ask that questions, when am I going to meet my guides? And what I say to them is, when they're ready to appear to you, they will do that. They will show up when you need them. Do you need to know all their names and who they are and what they, not necessarily. You just need to know they do good. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, you weren't expecting it when you got yours.
I didn't. Well, I was born like this, and I knew that, and I always had an interest, and it does run in my family to some degree on my mother's side. Uh, I don't know about my father's side because they didn't talk about that, if you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
there is a genetic component to it, and my mother could always see things. She didn't hear. I could always hear things. I started to see things later, or I really believe now I saw things and didn't realize I was seeing them, if that
Right.
makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because of the way it sort of manifested. But, I don't want to say everybody has an ability. That's not really true. Not everybody can play basketball, but they can't play it like Michael Jordan. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
That's our favorite example to give. There's only one Michael Jordan who has that kind of skill, right? You might be an Allen Iverson or a Kobe Bryant or somebody like that, but you're not going to have the same abilities as another person has.
Right.
But I think it's amazing that you can take a tool like a pendulum and get it to work for you in a way that is actually, I think, on par to any other ability you could possibly have. And the fact that you're hearing things to me says it'll only get stronger. I
Yeah.
think it gets stronger the older you get.
It
doesn't get less.
Right as well. What I'm hearing or feeling. I mean, mine comes to me as a knowing, and it's just so clear to me, and I'm unshakable in that knowing. But yeah, but everything is heightened, and I believe it is for all of us, is as we move into higher energies, which we are, our lives are going to change in profound ways, and we're going to have more and more tools available to us.
And it's called claircognizance, what you have. And people who are mothers usually have really strong claircognizance because they have children. Fathers, I haven't seen that so much with, but with women, I have seen them have extreme, to the point where their kids are like, "Are you watching me like out of the back of your head or what? How did you know I did that?" So it's kind of funny to see that experience with some families. But to me, it's amusing, because the mom always knows what the kid's doing, regardless.
Absolutely.
Even if the kid thinks it's a secret, it's not a secret.
Exactly. You can see through the, what if it was small lie or something, you can, and it wasn't much that Kai could hide from me. And I didn't probe, I didn't need to, things presented themselves as, if he was making up a story or something. I knew that it was true, kind of thing. It was funny, but yeah, the dynamic between, it's so fun to see him now as an adult, and all that we experienced, but being the way that I've been, so open, and to watch how he's worked with that is really cool. And I know that he's got his own skills and talents that will show up, that he'll be completely at home with. Yeah, it'll be fun to watch as he opens up to more of this world.
So before I forget, because I will, if people want to contact you, your email address is, we'll get
Empowered
Alina to throw that up there for people. There we go.
empoweredvision1111@gmail.com. And as soon as my website is up, I will make sure Alina gets that posted, and then you can find me that way as well. But email right now is probably the quickest way for me to be able to get back to you.
Is there, this just came into my head, so I don't know where exactly it came from, but would you be willing to if someone hosted a party for you? I remember somebody hosted a party for me
Mm-hmm.
when, do you remember that? Who was that? Oh, it was you, right? I said, invite 20 of your closest friends and I will come for 2 nights and talk to them and we'll have a potluck. So that's what she did. That was back when potlucks were a thing. Probably now you might want to order pizza, but back then potlucks were a thing. So yeah, so if somebody wanted to host a party for you to come and share your knowledge and expertise, would you be willing
Absolutely.
to do that?
That would be fun. Yes, I would love to do that.
That's really good. I like that. Is there anything else you'd like to tell people about yourself, about how to do this, about traveling a metaphysical path? Is there anything else you want to tell people that they might have to pay to find out, or and they have a road they want to walk or confused about? I mean, is there any kind of words of wisdom you'd like to give people?
The piece that has come to me recently is, I just read a fabulous book by Lorna Byrne. She's from Ireland, and she walked with the angels. I mean, it's called Angels in My Hair, and it impressed upon me that we have our guide. We have a guide. Everybody has at least one guide that's with us from before pre-birth to after we pass into another realm, and but there's many others, and that we have that access, that we can always ask for assistance from our guide, and many others that come and go, and they want to help us. And I've really opened that realm more in the last couple of months since I've read the book, and it just reminded me. I knew a lot of that, but it just reminded me. But the thing I would really like people to take away is what they're thinking becomes, thoughts become things, kind of thing. To really be mindful of your thoughts, and watch them, become an observer of your thoughts, and don't let them make a prisoner of you, because they're usually not what they're not always in the highest timeline. And the more you're aware of them, the more they'll jump timelines and into higher frequencies. So it's just mind your thoughts, really tend to them like a garden. And it's profound what you catch. And everybody tells me, they said, when I'm near you, it's like I feel like I have to watch my words. And I said, I hope you do. It's what I'm trying to impress upon people. I hope you do, because so many people state things or say I'm sorry, and they say it. It's just a mantra for them. They live their life saying, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, and they'll say it 4 times in one conversation. It's like, don't be sorry. You don't. There's nothing to be sorry for. You can apologize for something if you hurt somebody's feelings or something, but you don't ever want to get to the point because it lowers your vibration, and everything's about vibration. So that's the key for me, is I try to impress upon people, because I've learned it the hard way, and I'm not proficient enough to say I do it all the time, but I'm very aware of words and the impact that they have. And I think the more people are able to focus on that and concentrate on what is coming out of their mouth, they'll realize what they've been creating and how they can shift it and up level it, raise that frequency. So,
I think you just gave us the topic for our next event. Just
yeah,
saying. That would be a great topic for the next event, wouldn't it? It'd be a great topic.
love it.
We'll have to talk to the who about that. I think
That
that would be
that
a good idea.
excites. I would love that. So if there's anything that I can assist or participate in, I'm all in, and I will say yes.
Well,
We
I'm
know.
going to ask you. I'm going to ask you right now. Since we had so many technical difficulties, would you be willing to come back on again?
Sure. Yes.
Wow, that was easy, wasn't it?
You said it
I
would
made
be.
it easy.
Was.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. That's Elena got me on that one.
Yeah, well, it's hard not to believe her. She tells you
Yeah.
it's going to be fine. It's always going to be fine. Why are you worried about that? And then you go, oh, yeah, okay.
Love it.
I don't know why, but if she says it, I believe that. I don't know why I believe it, but every time she says that, because I'm like stressed out or something, it's going to be fine. Okay, she says it's going to be fine. That means it's going to be fine. So we'll just go on like.
That's a message from the universe. I don't care whether I'm on a license plate or a billboard or somebody spoke to me or a song on the radio. It's all messages from the universe. And it's amazing what that can do for you, and how it can make you dive deep too, and not in a great way. So yeah, but everything's a message.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
When you see birds or flowers or our friend, we have a friend that does flower essences. She always says, if you see the same flower, however you see it, that's a message.
It is.
Or if you see birds or whatever. And I agree. I think that does.
I love
That's a very
plates because they're very telling.
I see hearts everywhere.
Yeah.
I see 108, 108, 108, 108.
Yeah. Right.
Or 1111. I see that a lot too.
11:11 every morning for over a week now. It is so timely. 11:11 in the morning, 11:11 at night, both times a day. I have not missed one yet, and it just makes me giggle.
That is pretty funny. Yeah. Well, we surprisingly are out of time, even with our technical glitches. Now, I can't believe this. He decided we were done, so he's leaving now. What is that? I can't believe he just jumped right out. He's like, "Oh, you're done? Okay, we're okay." I hadn't even said it yet.
That's so funny.
If you could see him, he's so adorable. He's a silver chinchilla Persian who needs a haircut right now. But I think he thinks food is on the menu.
Oh yeah, he knows that you're finishing up with something, and
yeah, exactly. And so I think he was here because Kim's here. He loves Kim, but now he's like, "Oh, you're done. All right, let's go. What's taking so long?" That's pretty funny.
Love it.
He doesn't do that with anybody else, just with you. Just so you know that night that you were here and he was all over you.
He was, and he does that. So that was really sweet.
The first time she came, she was here a little bit later. She was here like at 9:00, and he came out. He was pressing all around, and he rubbed up against her, and it was sort of like pointing to the door. She says, "I think he's ready for me to go," and I said, "Kind of looks like it."
Yeah.
So she gets up and she gets ready to leave, and I was holding the door open. I don't think anything about it because he's not a cat that runs for the door. He's not that kind of cat. And I felt something on my leg, and I looked down, and he was standing there rubbing up against me as we were waving goodbye to Kim. And I'm like, "You're not supposed to be out here. Get in there." He goes, "Oh, okay." But he followed her out. He wanted to say goodbye, and he wasn't running or anything. He's just, I knew he was doing that.
And he wasn't rude. He was ready for
Yeah, and he told her too. He was nice about it, but
Yeah.
he did say, "It's bedtime. What are
Yeah.
you still doing here?"
I get
For me, he just stared around the corner. He's like, "Oh,
lot.
she's still here."
Yeah. Definitely hear those animals. So
It's really he's a very funny fella. He's a funny little fella. So we're so glad that you could come and that you were willing to do that for us, and we appreciate it. And always more people see it on the replay, and we'll give you the link you can post. And when the shorts are made, we'll. And I think that last words of wisdom, I think that would make a very nice short
Mhm.
for her. And
Just Penny.
you can post them on whatever page you need. You need a new page for your dowsing. You know, you need a new page for that. Is she stuck?
I think she's frozen. Oh no.
I think she is frozen.
All right. On that note.
Well, I guess that's a sign. I don't know. Yeah, she's frozen. I'm looking
Aw.
at. Well, thank you all for coming, and we appreciate you watching us on the replay. We'll be back again. I'll tell you what day it'll be. It'll be Friday, because we're always the first and third Fridays if we can manage it. Sometimes it doesn't suit our guests, so we have to do it at a different time. But next time, I believe, oh, it's going to be the 15th. And I believe our friend Grinstead with the Crystals will be back with another
Nice.
show. So that ought to be entertaining for you. So thanks for coming. And
Bye, everyone.
we'll see you soon.